The field's pretty scattered here on this restart, and you see a lot of compression back there in that 10th to 12th, 13th range where we had guys put on tires, some really fast competitive cars. We're 3 wide already, trying to get that position. Greg Van Alst, no surprise, all the way to the outside, trying to make moves like he did earlier at the race. We got 2 Venturi cars lined up.
They're going to wreck all night.
There's a lot going on trying to posture for this strategy.
On the inside line, the number 73 white car, Andy Jankowiak. Haven't talked about Andy J, the pizza delivery man we always talk about. This is a place he runs so well, and I know he and Greg Van Alst, if they could get together. 3 wide right now. Look at this.
Oh, Shane Van Gisbergen. Oh,
I love that. He wants
Gizzy's back, yes.
So he's going to come back at her. Shane Huckman and his guys did a
Let's
lot of
go.
repairs. You see, that's
Come on,
Dale
Gizzy.
Quarterly in that 4 car. He cannot keep that car on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to need to try to keep that car a little bit lower because he's drifting out into that outside line. And sometimes when they're going to come up on him 3 wide, there's not going to be room.
Wow.
These guys still haven't gotten themselves sorted. You got 2 of the fastest cars in the field going top of 3, trying to get back up to the field in front of these other cars. I think
it's 3 by. Oh, this is going to be
really
big.
Well with a 75
no
car
chance.
Really struggling for handling, stuck in the middle of the field. I think that's why all these guys have been able to make this outside lane work.
Ford models.
Yeah, Mark Andretti is stuck behind that car.
3 wide as they head into turn 1. Wow, they're moving all around.
Oh, it was so close.
Ryan Huff moved to the outside. I'm not even sure why he did that, really.
Wow.
And it's Finch to the point once again. Jake Finch in the 20 working together with his teammate Gus Dean. They went all the way from the outside, worked their way forward. They already pitted. Now they're leading this again.
But remember now, Jake Finch leading this race on that pit strategy, possibly to try to make it. You're going to use more fuel leading this race. So that may take his chance, if he continues to lead a lot, take his chance of making it out.
Greg Van Alst shown in the 3rd spot. He has yet to lead a lap today.
There's Andres Perez, the black number 2. Right now running in the 5th spot.
See the biggest movers. Dean, we talked about, Van Alst, Finch, all worked their way through after the pit stop, all up front of this pack. Greg Van Alst, the winner last year.
Rev Racing teammates, Perez in the 2, LeVar Scott in the 6th.
Oh, is that a tire rub or is someone blowing up?
Looks like the 30 car Bonsignor.
Right front tire rub.
Might be worse than tire rub. It's always nerve-wracking as the car that's behind the smoking car because you're waiting for something to happen. Now, hopefully for these guys it's just a tire rub that's clearancing, but I don't see one particular corner where that's happening.
That's where you tell your spotter, let me know when I can get down. There's Perez riding along in this General Tire onboard. Trying to make his way up. Right now he's running in about the 5th or 6th position.
Oh, they've got digital dashes in ARCA.
Battling for 5th with Ryan Huff, that white number 36.
And these Rev Racing cars are doing a good job of keeping this outside lane going. As you see, LeVar Scott giving a pretty nice push as they get a bit of a charge from the outside.
Remember, LeVar Scott actually ran this race here last year, had a top 5 finish, and he was driving for Perez, who wasn't old enough to drive.
That's right. So Perez ended up running the rest of the races and finished 2nd to Jesse Love. What a season he had. 10 top 5s. 15 top 10s, finished top 10 in almost every race he ran last year. So even though he hasn't gotten the win, Phil,
these
we always
ARCA
talk
cars,
about who may be the favorite coming into the
they've
season.
They've got a smaller engine and yet they're still more sideways.
One of the favorites. I think LeVar Scott is another driver that you have to put on that very short list of favorites.
I've got great news for you guys and you viewers at home. This is our longest green flag run of the race.
Don't jinx it.
I like your optimism.
I like what Sean Core did. We didn't get to see it, but he pulled up from the bottom lane, getting to the outside lane to really try and charge to the front. And Greg Van Alst is picked up on it and is doing the same thing. I think they don't want to stay behind these Venturini cars. They see how strong they are, and they're trying to work together to get back in front of them.
The others
Sean
are
Core
on.
has a lot of experience
I'm at
here
150
at Daytona.
right now.
7 top 5 finishes in ARCA Menard's competition
I'll
here
see.
at Daytona.
I'll have a look at
Greg
it.
Van Alst gets a side draft here, is able to pull back. Gus Dean, this outside lane charged back up again. I think they'll have a good shot at having to run down the back straight away after they get through 1 and 2.
See if they
See
crash
that
or not.
black number 30 of Monsignor still smoking, and man, are they tight there.
I really like the confidence Greg Van Alst is driving with tonight, because it really shows that win last year wasn't a fluke. He stayed in the game all day, and because of that move, pulling up and blocking the outside lane, getting that run, he's now in the lead of the race.
Stop pushing, Gus. Stop
How are they
pushing.
still
Long way to
straight?
go. You saw him push the 20 of Jake Finch, push him sideways. Remember, guys, the last time Greg Van Alst was in a race vehicle, it was a truck at Talladega, and he had a bad crash and broke his back.
I was just going to say that, Phil. Great minds. We hadn't even mentioned that the last time we saw him race anything was that truck race, and it was serious. He was down and out for quite some time. Now he's come back even stronger. He expanded his team to a two-car team operation just for this race, maybe a couple more down the road. But Isaac Johnson, a fellow Hoosier as well, he's in the 34.
Well, I can tell you, hasn't slowed him down, and he's really trying to figure
back
out
to the front,
how to control these lines. Does he want to control both lanes? Both Venturini cars get locked on, get the move. Really pushing. It pushed Van Alst back up, so this is going to pack up the field, and they're going to have another big run at it.
Got about 4.5 laps to go until the scheduled caution comes out.
A lot of compression in that outside lane.
Oh, three wide up the middle.
Go through the middle.
I really like that move. I think it's going to separate these Venturini cars. He's going to have a
not clear.
Staying with the 20 car. And Jake's like, oh, do I get my teammate? Do I stay in the preferred lane?
Now they're three wide.
These guys are unorganized.
For a couple rows deep.
Yeah, I think it was a good move that Jake did not move up to that third lane.
Don't come down.
Grab Gus Dean.
Meanwhile, Greg's a little too far out in front, and there's going to be a huge run coming.
Yeah, I think it's too much of a run to try to block that lane, but he got a good push from Ryan
Huff
on
the 20 car
to stay even right now.
It's like he's turning right.
Ryan Huff doing really nice work so far tonight. The 22-year-old from Williamsburg, Virginia. Look at this battle.
He is having a tough time. Ryan Huff in that 36 holding on to that car.
They're coming up on a lap car. Oh, good. They got through.
And we welcome you all to the ARCA Menards series as you watch the Suchi Fast Track 200. Hope you enjoyed the basketball game. My alma mater, San Diego State University.
This is ARCA After Dark.
I know, this is ARCA After Dark. We've been on FS2, so we welcome you new viewers. Stick with us. We got a smoker there.
The 30 still tire rubbing.
We've got a great battle for the lead here as well. I think the two best cars are leading the field right now, and I think Greg Van Alst is probably put on the best display of driving so far, as this bottom lane is really struggling for handling and getting the pushes, but I think it's a matter of time before Jake Finch gets clear here, because this outside lane's way more organized, got some good pushes from some teammates and experience of Sean Core.
Got the 18-year-old Jake Finch on the outside of the front row, side by side with Greg Van Alst, who's just become a master at this style of racing.
Oh, sparked. I don't know if it'll be before the competition or after.
What I'm interested in with Jake Finch.
Oh, they're catching back up to Gizzy.
Comfortable. We've seen the front of the field. Listen to my spotter, the information I'm getting.
Oh, good.
What's next? You know, do you pull the side draft?
Gizzy's gone high.
Back?
Gonna let everyone buy.
What are ways that I can create an advantage now as they're getting up the lap car of Shane Van Gisbergen?
Yeah, fortunately, all the spotters see that. And Shane's doing a nice job staying up against the outside wall to stay out of the way.
I hope he runs better in Xfinity, like that super speedways, because I reckon he'd be good.
So we've reached the halfway point in this race.
Yeah, next lap we will complete lap 40. So at some point, I think during that lap, we'll see the caution flag.
The scheduled caution, something we do in the ARCA Menards series. They can choose to pit, or they could choose to stay out. If they do pit, they can take fuel and tires. The Sioux Chief on board with LeVar Scott talked about him doing a really nice job.
Go around in front of the field.
LeVar just making his 7th career start here.
That exit
they're all pushing. Really don't push.
We've seen the 44.
Don't push in the tri-oval.
Really dodgy off the corner as we just hit lap 41. Interesting to see who's got the lead here as Jake Finch pulls to the bottom and gives Sean Core the lead. We're still under green, and
now don't go high, don't go high. Oh,
probably a good move. Thinking twice about that. Get the pack reorganized. Obviously, we're expecting some sort of a caution as it hits right now.
There it is.
And caution comes out. This is the scheduled.
Oh!
Cars all the way around.
Another one on the back stretch.
That's Willie Mullins, the pole sitter going around.
Dale Quarterly, the 4, Leland Honeyman in the 0-2.
Got a couple others back there involved. Somebody stopped on the track. Can't really see the number there.
That's the 13 car right there. That's
Armani Williams.
Armani was involved in that first incident.
What the fuck happened?
Recovered.
Let me guess. ARCA brakes on checking up for the.
We know the caution flag was out, so I wonder if somebody let off the gas or hit the brakes or whatever, and somebody did not realize that the caution was out.
I wonder if there was a reaction to the leaders up front. You know, obviously really close to wrecking between the 20 and the 8, and
I reckon it was ARCA brakes.
Accordion here. We've got Marc Andretti already spun all the way
he's
to the
already
top of the
spinning.
field. Comes down into Dale Quarterly and
definitely
other cars
ARCA
just dodging
brakes.
the miss and locking down brakes.
Look at the grass.
I wonder
we have
further back, probably exited
10
turn
laps,
2,
lads. 10 laps.
how Marco got turned sideways.
Doesn't look like Leland Honeyman had much damage. You see, that's Patrick Emmerling, the blue and white car behind Marco. This is about the time the caution is going to come out. I'm not sure it's out yet.
Yep, you saw it on the wall right
so
there.
The caution is out, but I'm not sure anyone had backed off yet.
They looked really stacked up in that outside lane. I don't know if the couple of leaders were backing up.
They're Rick Dundee
Marco
yellow.
was really tucked up. I believe that was the 55.